The incident that happened at Sandy Hook, for me, for our community, was a tipping point, because it really opened everybody's eyes. How can we keep our children and our staff safe?
In the Toppenish School District, the answer to that question is to let school officials carry guns.
We've taken the stance where we're arming our administrators. And right now we have 11 in the school district that are currently armed.
John Cerna, Toppenish superintendent, is one of them.
If this should happen, then I would be one of the first responders. And if I had to, I'd give up my life.
Cerna has spent his life in Toppenish. Located in the Yakima Valley, a landscape painted with rolling fields, and a city painted with miles of murals.
Okay, got it. Up and ready? All right. I've carried guns forever. I've been shooting since I was a kid, so for me it's very routine. I respect guns, I'm not afraid of guns.
Under the watchful eye of an expert, Cerna and his administrators practice their skills. All are volunteers, and most have firearm experience. We're allowed to shoot video as long as we hide their identity.
I don't want anybody to know who is armed. I don't want them to have a target on their back. First thing, if it's an active shooter call, I throw the vest on, and this vest is very simple to put on.
In addition to training, Cerna shows us their bulletproof vests. Over that, another vest identifies who they are when the police arrive.
And usually when the police arrive, everybody's dead. The only thing we're doing is buying time until a police presence shows up, because we're not the police. We're just buying time.
We have taken guns off of students. We have taken guns off of students in the schools and out in the streets.
Adam Diaz is chief of police in Toppenish. He showed us armed guards privately employed by the school district.
I would like to see a police officer in every school. Do I know that that's a reasonable option? It's not.
Sir, let me see your hands.
Confronting an active shooter is a big part of police training. As this simulator demonstrates, police need to know when to shoot
Let me see your hands.
and when not to shoot. It's these split-second decisions that administrators may face. And that troubles critics. John Lane is one of them.
I know they're well-intentioned, and I don't doubt that at all, and hopefully they're well-trained. Again, a little skeptical that you can have enough training. Even police officers who have extensive training don't always make the best choices.
Lane is in a unique position to talk about school shootings. In 1996, this former wrestling coach and teacher faced the barrel of a gun held by Barry Lukaitis, the Moses Lake school shooter. After almost 2 decades, Lane still finds it difficult to talk about that horrific day. It began with gunshots coming from a classroom down the hall.
As soon as I opened the door, I smelled the gunpowder.
Lane dove behind this desk. Then Barry Lukaitis gave him a choice.
Barry said if I didn't stand up, he'd start shooting more kids, so I knew it's something I had to do. I'd told him I was too afraid I couldn't do it, and of course I was, but by that time I was close enough to him that I knew it was an opportunity to end the situation, and I charged him and pinned him kind of against the wall, and the police at that time were there, of course, and came in.
Hailed as a hero and now retired, John Lane works in his community to promote positive change among youth.
I don't have the answer. There's lots of answers, and it's not just a gun problem, it's a family problem, it's a social problem, it's a faith community problem. There's a lot of dynamics to it. That's violence in the media.
Among the students we spoke to in Toppenish, there seems to be a consensus about this policy.
I probably would feel safer with it because I don't know what could happen here. Someone could come, get a shooting, but we have a staff member who's trained and most likely will be able to stop the situation.
The hope in Toppenish, and at every school in this country, is that school shootings will stop. But if it does happen here, John Cerna will be ready.
I'll give my life up for my children because I'm old. I've lived a great life. I've lived the dream. But give me a fighting chance. And I'm a good shot.